Alright guys, so welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video we are looking at a brand new pair of headphones from Skullcandy. But what makes these special is Skullcandy's finally getting into the market of active noise canceling headphones. So Bose QC35s, the Sony 1000X M2, M3, those are really popular headphones and they've kind of like taken over the market, but they're also like $350. The new Skullcandy Venue is $180 and also wants to compete in that same market. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is just look at the unboxing. As you can tell, it just looks like typical Skullcandy packaging. But when you start to look inside, you see that they put a lot of detail into this case. It's a very nice hard case. It's not the usual soft pouch that you get with Skullcandy headphones. So right off the bat, you can tell this may be something different. Well, that's until you unzip the case to see that it's not anything different. It actually looks just like the Crusher Wireless and the Hesh 3. This is the black model. It looks just like the other ones. They also have a white and burgundy model. But let's go ahead and, as you can tell inside the case, other than the headphones, there are slots for the cables. There is a micro USB cable for charging. These do offer fast charging. So if you charge these for 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, you will get 5 hours of battery life just from 10 minutes of charging. That's really important because, I mean, honestly, I can't tell you how many times I go to get my headphones and they're dead and I don't want to use them wired. That's not why I bought a pair of wireless headphones. So 10 minutes to give me 5 hours is actually a really good trade-off. And speaking of the battery life, this model does get 25 hours of battery life. It does come with a 3.5mm headphone cable. That way, if it is completely dead, or if you just prefer to use it wired, or if you're using like the Nintendo Switch where Bluetooth is not an option. So honestly, the first thing that I noticed when I picked these up is that they felt extremely light. Now, again, if you're a traveler, somebody that's going to wear these on flights or just walking around the city or the subway, you don't want something that's heavy. You definitely want something that's light, but I will point out that it feels light to the point that I'm actually kind of concerned it might be a little fragile. There's no signs to point to that, but the one thing I do want to point out too is it's kind of creaky. I mean, it's just something that I think needs to be pointed out. As far as the extension, that is aluminum, but there's also plastic underneath it. As far as padding on the headband goes, there's not much there, but like I said, it is really light, so it's not really that necessary. Once you have them on, you can wear them for long periods of time, and there's really no discomfort. That also goes back into the ear pads. The ear pads are really deep and really soft. You know, they don't have huge openings, you know, so once you have them on, I mean, they do have a lot of padding, so it feels really soft, but it's gonna be really hard for a lot of people's ears to actually go inside that whole opening. And as you can tell, they don't stick out much. They're pretty flush with my head. On your right-hand side, on the bottom, you do have the micro USB input to charge, then the 3.5mm headphone cable input, and then above that, you have your volume up and down, your play and pause button. All of that is on your right-hand side. Now, on your left-hand side, you have your power button, your active noise canceling button. It is also, the active noise canceling button also turns on the monitoring mode. So if somebody comes up to you and starts talking to you, you can just hit that button and the mics on the headphone will start to pull in what's going on around you so that you can hear somebody talking to you and not have to take off the headphones and not have to turn off your music and go through all of that. Now the power button too, if you simply just tap it one time, it will show you out of the 4 little lights here where your battery's at. Your left and right is marked on the inside part of the headband. These headphones have the tile built in. Now, if you're not familiar with the tile, it's a simple little square that you put on your keychains or put in your bag or your wallet, and through Bluetooth and different connections, your phone is able to track where it is, and it's also able to cause things to beep so that you can find them. So if you usually misplace your headphones, or you just want to know where they're at and you can't find them, you simply open up the app on your phone, hit the tile that shows the Skullcandy logo, then your headphones will start dinging. Okay, so the other feature that you're probably curious about is how is the active noise cancellation in these, because honestly, that's the main point that you're looking into these, because the Sonys are $350, the Bose are $350. You want something that has that technology, but you don't want to spend that much money. So $180, although it's still a lot of money, getting a pair of active noise canceling headphones that do an incredible job actually of canceling out noise. You can tell a huge difference between when these are off and when they're on. It really does knock out, I would say, probably about 80% of the sound. And so in that price range, I think 80 to 85% is really impressive. Okay guys, so the sound on these, that's the seller, because these have a sound signature that just shows you Skullcandy is maturing with the company. Like, the headphones are not just bass heavy, just solid thumping all the time. They're focused on bringing out highs and bringing out mids and actually competing with Bose and Sony in the market of active noise canceling, and to say that we can do high-end sounding headphones as well. Now, these do have more bass than the Bose and the Sony, but the mids and the treble are actually pushed really forward, where it's a very exciting, lively sound. It's not flat, it's not boring, and that's with any genre I tried. I mean, metal sounded incredible on these. Like, bass with hip hop sounded really good, and it's a quick punch. It's not a resonating low where it just kind of rattles and just kind of shakes. It instantly hits you, so you feel the impact, and then it backs off. It's more of a clean, tight, punchy bass, and when you mix that with the way that they did the mids to have clean vocals and the trebles to have really crisp highs, they found a sound signature that's really fun and doesn't bury anything out. I've had, you know, Skullcandies in the past where when you have genres where a lot of stuff's going on, it just starts to sound muddy and things get kind of crazy. Well, they didn't with these, and that's pretty impressive. Again, for $180 to get the technology of active noise canceling, getting the tile inside of these to be able to find them if you lose them is impressive. Getting 25 hours of battery life, rapid charging, like 10 minutes of charging to get 5 hours of battery life. There's a lot of reasons to look into these. So guys, that is my quick review of the Skullcandy Venue. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you guys so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, guys, make sure to stay tuned for more.